Hello. We're going to a Stormblood raid, a normal raid. This is part of the Omega raid series. This first one is Deltascape V1. So part of the raid series, we have 3 different phases or tiers, if you will, and in each tier there's 4 fights, and so this is the first fight of the very first tier for the Stormblood raid series. Fighting a flying snake. Okay, so we've got this circular stage. That's all I have to say about that. Let's go. I'm gonna go in here and turn the boss around. Always turning the boss around to north. This HD is my off tank here. They're standing kind of close to me. Generally, if I'm the off tank, I stand a little further away. But this is also fine. It didn't seem like they were getting hit with stuff. Like, see, I just got hit with this attack, the worm tail. That's going to be the kind of tank cleaves. But they didn't get hit with any of it, and so this distance was enough to dodge out of anything that the main tank was getting hit with. Okay, everyone else is behind us. Also, if you're not aware, this like sparkly circle stuff, you might start seeing that a bit more. That is the Astrologians star thingy. So that's their thing. That's not part of the fight. That doesn't come from the fight. Okay, this move, that was the raid wipe. And then here, we've got these ball of fire. So there's multiple balls over here that are on fire. Okay, so get out of the way of those because it's kind of hard to see, but there's 4 of them over here in a row because there's 4 here. These are going to drop AoEs on the ground, and so when you see those, just spread out from them. Roar is going to be raid wide, and also right afterwards, see how these balls of fire change? They look like they're flaming now. That means they're going to blow up soon. There we go. Okay, so first they kind of look like this. It's like it's a ball of fire. But then afterwards, it's like a ball of fire that's on fire. It's like a mini sun, you know, a little star. Okay, and then I'll try to grab that. There you go. We've got, they spread out as AoEs. Okay. There's somebody hanging out over here. And as you can see, there's some overlap of the AoEs here. And so, and then the AoEs have this cast called Burn. When that goes off, the boss is also hitting us with a small raid wipe again. When that cast goes off, the AoEs go off, and this person, this samurai over here, they got hit with 3 of them, and so their health is very low. So this is what happens when you don't move out of the way of the fireballs, okay? You get bone stacks, and you also get hit with the things. And so, like, quite literally, they just happen to be standing, like, right there where the intersection of the 3 fireballs happen to be. Okay, yeah, they're just straight up right there. BH right there. Okay, so I mean, you could survive it. Clearly they did, but just know that you gotta move if you don't want to get hit. Okay, so now we have these flame things on the sides. When the boss does like this little okay, so it does roar, which is an AoE. Okay, that's fine. But then it also does this other one. When we get hit with this flame thingy, that one is the one that's gonna like populate or spawn these fireballs. So after that flame one, see we have these other flame things on the sides, okay? So I'm moving a bit, but the boss actually moves. The boss at this point will jump to somewhere on the stage. And you actually want to run towards the boss. Well, you don't have to, but typically people will run towards the boss, mostly just to continue doing damage. But additional to that, when the boss does breath wing, it will blow people back, and also these balls back. So there, we get knocked back, but then also these balls that were here, they get knocked back too. And so that means when they get pushed back, they're gonna explode wherever they get pushed back to. And so if you are back here and you get pushed back into this over here, you're against the wall or whatever, and these fireballs go off, then you're gonna get caught up in that. However, if that is the case, you do have safe spaces. Okay, so we'll look here. There is plenty of space in the middle of all of these fireballs so that you can safely avoid all of them. Just be aware of that. Like, commit to one or the other. Either run up close to the boss, so when you get knocked back, you can run back this way, or get close to the boss, get knocked back into the safe area, and then stay there. Like, if you get knocked back into the safe area and then you try to run forward, and you'll get hit with this one. I think I do that later. Or, you know, you get knocked back all the way in the back, and you're just like, okay, I'm just gonna walk here, and then you just stay here, like these people. Okay. Alright, there they go off. Well, I'll go back and show that one more time. So the outside fireball spawn, the boss will move away to somewhere on the stage. I'm gonna run towards the boss, also because I'm main tank, I like to stay closer. We get knocked back a little bit, and then we avoid these AoEs. And again, if you get hit with it, you get a bone stack and a bit of damage. Okay. Roar, it's gonna be the raid wide. I'm moving the boss a little bit. Like, I don't go all the way over here or anything, just because like I don't want to move him around too much, but I try to get the boss away from the wall and also make sure the back is accessible, so that if people are doing like positional stuff, like the melee people, then they have space to move around. Okay, but I definitely try to make sure that nobody else is over here with me, because I get hit with a little tank cleaves. The off tank is standing next to me though. Okay, this twin bolt here, you can see this kind of lightning thing. This will attach one part to the main tank and then the other part to whoever's standing closest to the main tank. So right now it happens to be the off tank is closest to me, and so we're gonna both share this damage. Okay, so we both took some of the damage. Next up we have Clamp. Okay, so this is a AoE, and I'm gonna dodge this. Notice whenever I'm dodging stuff, I still try to like go back to maintain my position as the main tank so that other people don't have to move as much. Okay, so a few more little tank cleaves with the tail there. Okay. So here, this move, so all those like ice particles, the stage is getting icy now. And so soon, the stage is gonna get legit icy, and then we're gonna slip around. Before that happens though, the boss is casting Levin Bolt. You might remember this from like the Ramu fight, like the lightning AoEs and stuff. So we all have these lightning things around us, and you want to spread out for that. Find a place to spread out. Usually I try to spread out before the ice thickens, because we've got this thing here, it's called thin ice. Okay, so that means you're slipping around, and it's a little bit more difficult to get away from each other to avoid these AoEs if you're like sliding everywhere. so there we go. That went off. Okay, right after we get blaze, this is a stack marker. And so you want to try to, you can slide your way over there, or you can wait a moment and wait for the ice to go away and then run to the spot. The thing is, so at this point, okay, so this is, when you see this foggy stuff, that means it's gonna turn icy soon. For this part, I kind of will preemptively go into a safe spot for myself so I don't have to slip around when the floor turns icy. But for here, for the stack marker, since I was already kind of close, I didn't want to accidentally like maneuver myself and like, you know, maybe I target there, but on accident I might go over here, or I might accidentally go over there, and then it'll take longer for me to run over. And so for me, also because I've run this a few times, I wait and then I just run over regular instead of deal with the ice stuff. I almost cursed. I'm distracted now. Over here, we have people that are further away, and so intrusive thoughts. I was gonna say ice shit. I don't want to deal with the ice shit. Okay. Focus. Yes, I have a personality. Focus. Okay, so the people who are further away need to go ahead and just slip over here because they're not gonna be able to make it in time. And so you just, you know, vaguely direct yourself closer to the middle of the stage, closer to the stack marker, and then when the ice goes away, then you can just run the rest of the distance, like what they do. Say they're sliding over. But these are all like small momentary decisions that you'll be able to better make after you've gained more experience playing the game and things like that. So yeah, you don't have to optimize like that or anything, but that's just some of the small things I'm thinking about while I'm playing. Okay, so now we're going back to regular stuff. Okay, the boss goes to the center, and here, this move, the classical elements, you know, we had the fireball, we had the icy floor, we had the Levin bolt, whatever thingy, like AoEs and things, so they're all like elemental stuffs, right? And so this cast is basically combining all those things. The mechanics are going to overlap now. So, we got this fire situation, okay, so we got some fireballs. Right, and then we got this like foggy, like wind stuff coming out, and we got some lightning stuff over here. You catch the drift? Okay, so the ground's gonna get icy soon. Fireballs are here. They're gonna blow up soon. Downburst is this, okay? I think a lot of people probably don't pay attention to this because there's like effects going off all over the place, but this cast is specifically this tornado in the middle. You don't stand in it because you'll immediately die if you're in the center of that. So at this time, the fireballs get knocked back, and the icy stuff is everywhere, so people are sliding around. And then also this person dies because they were right in the middle of the tornado. Okay, so if you are near the tornado, you want to just like slide your way like away from it. And if you're away from the tornado, try to just stay that way, because if you try to move around and accidentally go towards the tornado, then you're gonna die. Okay, let's watch that one more time. So the classical element thingy goes off. All this animation stuff's gonna happen. We see the fire, the icy stuff showing up. The boss is gonna do downburst, and so there's a bit of lightning stuff going on, but specifically it's a tornado situation in the middle. The floor is slippery. Move away from the center. Okay, one person dies. The fireballs have been pushed to the outside, and they're now, the fireball's on fire, so they're gonna blow up soon. Okay, and then we've got the Levin bolt, so we've got the electricity part of this classical element situation. So the fireballs are like superheated, and so they're gonna blow up first, so I would say just wait with the lightning stuff. I know it's like kind of, you know, reactionary, like, oh no, we're all bundled up, but just wait for the fire things to blow up. There we go. And then you run out to your spot. Like, you have enough time. You can see the cast bar up here. Okay. So the tornado goes off. The icy stuff go into the middle. It shows the lightning, but we have a bit of time for the cast to go off. Wait for the fireballs. There we go. Fireballs are gonna blow up. If you get hit, you're gonna get a bone stack. And then move out. After the fireballs go out, the icy stuff also goes away. So you can like stroll on out there. And you should be good. Okay? Alright. Cells off. But now we're back to this regular stuff. I get hit with a tank cleave. That's fine. Okay. For this twin bolt, like I said before, it attaches to the main tank and then whoever's closest. HD is my off tank and they're over there, but they're actually the Lalafell over there. The person that's actually closer to me is this tall person, BH, which is this person, the samurai. And so technically I'm tethered to this person. Okay, but it kind of looked like I was tethered to HD, you know what I'm saying? But that wasn't the case. Like, look at the health. I took my damage from the twin bolt, and then BH took a lot of damage from the twin bolt, okay? So, I mean, there's not too much I can really do about that. There's the tank, the little tank. So if you are off tank, then try to stay a little bit closer to help out with that situation, so then other people aren't taking that. I mean, technically, I could have run over and stood next to the off tank, but then I'd have to stand right on top of them and make sure that they're getting tethered with it, and that's really just a visual thing. There's no like buff or debuff that shows that we're tethered together. Right? I don't think there is. Yeah, there is no like buff or debuff to show that we're tethered together. It's very much just a visual situation. If I had run over there though, then it would have like complicated the whole situation with other people over here, and then also probably confused the two of them. And so I just let it happen. I think I didn't even know at the time that was the situation. I must have thought that it would have just tethered directly to both tanks, but afterwards I read about it and saw that it's whoever's closer. And that first time it happened, the off tank happened to be right next to me already, and so, you know, that's what my assumption was. But here you can see they didn't necessarily die, the other person, so I was like, oh, maybe they just took some damage because they were standing so close to the tank, but you'll see later that it actually transfers. Okay, anyway, okay, so here we have a raid wide. Fireballs again. Okay, so the fireballs in the center showed up first, and then we have fireballs on the outside. So we want to try to keep that in mind. So I'm standing on the outside first to kind of avoid the middle ones from going off, but then the boss teleports over to the side, so I'm like, oh, it might be doing that breath thingy. Okay, yeah, it is. The breath wing, and so it's gonna push people a certain direction, and the fireballs like before. And so here the sequence of events is that these middle fireballs go off first, and then the breath thingy goes off, and then the second set of fireballs go off. And so yeah, you know what I said earlier about committing to one or the other? Here, because I got pushed back, I started running to the middle, and I should have just committed to running to the middle and I would have been safe. But then I was kind of like, oh, maybe I have time, you know. And so then I doubled back, and then I was like, oh no, I actually don't have time. And then I got caught in this. It's okay. I mean, it's fine. I'm the main tank. I've got health and stuff. It's good for the guy. We have Roar, the raid wipe. Good, okay. I'm pulling the boss out now, just again to make sure the people in the back have space to like dodge things and do stuff. Okay, Off Tank was hanging out here, and then they're over there now, hanging out. This move, Charybdis. I've always read it as Charybdis for some reason. There's no O in there though. Charybdis, sure. This move is gonna do a super big attack. Look at our health. It goes down like really low. I think it's technically supposed to drop us down to 1, but then we have like all these regens and things, and yeah, we have like regens and stuff on. So it didn't. I think I saw someone drop down to 2, but like it ticked to 2 probably because of the regen. But yeah, so during this move, our health will go down very low, and so healers need to heal it real quick because we also have a raid wipe coming up right after. Okay, so there was a little tank cleave here, and then we have the twin bolt again. So here, main tank tethered to HD. HD is the off tank. However, watch as HD runs away. You see they run away, and so then now the tether is over here to someone over here. And so now the machinists happened to be the next closest person to me, so they got the tether and they took damage from it. Okay, so one more time. Twin bolt, main tank connects to whoever's closest, and it switches to somebody else. Oh, here, let me erase this so you can actually see the thing. So you can see it in real time. Okay. Okay, here's the tether. They're not the closest person to me anymore. Somebody else is closest to me. The other person gets hit. Okay. And then after that is the clamp thingy, so I move out of the way. And then after that we have Roar, which is a raid wide. You've seen that. And then that's basically the fight. Okay, like the mechanics will just repeat and stuff. So yeah, there we go. Trickiest things is probably when the fireballs are out, and then you gotta like figure out where to stand after you get knocked back and stuff. Oh yeah, and then that classical element thing where all of the mechanics kind of overlap. That might be a little tricky with like the icy floor and stuff. But after some time you'll get used to the pacing. So yeah. Cool. My cat is... Okay, I hope that was useful, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.